right, everybody. Welcome back to From Screen to Shelf. Today, we are going to be talking about something that was announced just a few days ago, and that is going to be the new and very exciting. We are very not thrilled for the new Jason Universe announcement. Today, we're going to give you our thoughts. We're going to read the article that was broken from IGN 2 days ago on May 16th. We're going to read through that, give you our reactions, our thoughts, and everything like that, because this is kind of a big deal in our community. Just to give you a little bit of insight, if you didn't listen to our Friday the 13th part 1 through 4 retrospect episode last Halloween, Friday the 13th is my favorite franchise in the world. Horror, everything. I love Jason. Used to always be him for Halloween, everything like that. Little old Chase going around with a machete. So that was my thing. So Will's a big fan of it as well. He thinks it's one of the more fun and fluid franchises out there. But without further ado, just wanted to preface that so you guys don't think we are here to just be overly positive or overly negative once we give you our thoughts. But again, this was broken first by IGN. So I'm just gonna cut it straight to what's the word I'm trying to look for? The verbiage that they used.
Yeah.
So new so they're IGN is exclusively reporting that Horror Inc. is expanding the Friday the 13th franchise into a new era with the launch of Jason Universe. New Friday the 13th activations will span a wide range of platforms from entertainment, games, immersive experiences, merchandise, and more to be announced throughout 2024 via Jason Universe 13 on social media or by visiting their official site. The quote given to them was, "For decades, Jason shocked and thrilled audience who kept coming back for more. We're excited to work with Victor Miller and Mark Toberoff on new projects we'll announce in the coming months," said Robert Barsamian, president of Horror Inc., in a statement provided to IGN. Barsamian is one of the executive producers on the upcoming Limbo Status A24 and Peacock series that just had Bryant Fuller exit. And he was also the executive producer on the Friday the 13th game. Now, to finalize their quotes, Robbie himself, the vice president of Horror Inc., added, "We're focused on honoring the legacy while elevating the fan experience and appealing to today's horror audience as we develop new ways to watch, interact, and engage with the Jason universe. With the unique ability to remain at the forefront of pop culture for 44 years, Jason continues to top charts as one of the scariest villains of all time, with strong global awareness across multiple generations, thanks to billions of TikTok views, plus millions and millions of gamers and movie fans," said Sherry Kahn, global GM of Horror Inc. "We can't wait to introduce new Jason Universe activations on these or to these amazing fans." Damn, dude, billions of TikTok views. Say less. That's all I got to say after
Bro,
reading that.
okay, can I just say something off the bat? And then the other thing they say is Jason continues to top the charts. What charts?
Yeah, what charts are they using?
What is he, the fucking Billboard Hot 100? I mean, what the fuck is this, dude?
The video on demand charts.
I don't know, like, but the thing, dude, there's no context to any of this. Like,
Nothing. A
okay,
nothing
we're
burger.
just going to be putting out a bunch of merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Dude, no, we already have merchandise. We
Mm-hmm.
got Fright Rags. We have other horror companies that are putting out Friday the 13th licensed merch. Now, if this is going to be moving forward, we're only going to be getting merch through Horror Incorporated, then I guess that's somewhat unique in that regard, but it's essentially just funneling it through one company. I don't understand what or why people are freaking out about this or getting excited about this. They literally just made an announcement without making any announcements.
And to preface this, and this is a huge part, I like to read into statements and dissect them. But
Yeah.
like, get this. With what they said right here, will span a wide range of platforms from entertainment, games, immersive experiences, merchandise, and more. Now,
Yeah.
entertainment is freaking broad. That could be a mobile app. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
That doesn't mean we're getting anything to a movie.
No.
This is really just a whole nothing burger. Like I really don't understand how they want us to get excited, especially after like they had a game that it needed some work and stuff, but they had a pretty fruitful and very committed community with the Friday the 13th game that came out in 2017. It was fun. It wasn't
Yep.
perfect, but it was good for what it was, and it was being able to experience Jason. But they pulled the plug on that after only a year because they pulled out the rights because of all the lawsuits, this, that, and the third. It's like,
Right.
how can I have faith in this whenever, as a diehard Jason fan, I haven't been getting anything? You know what I mean? And it's not to try to sound overly negative. It's just we haven't had anything in damn, what is that? 15 years?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
It's pretty disheartening. And then, to come out and just say, yeah, we're gonna just be doing like immersive experiences and merchandise. Like, dude, I don't care about like a Fortnite skin or
Yeah, right.
a Call of Duty skin, for a game that I don't have time to play. Dude, I have limited time to watch movies, right?
Yeah.
And what do we talk about on this channel all the times? Movies,
Yeah.
theatrical releases, entertainment, physical media. Time is extremely limited. I mean, we're all busy. I mean, I'm not I don't want to speak for you and Gabe, but I mean, lately my life has been pretty balls to the wall, man. Like I've
Yeah.
barely had any time as it is to watch movies. I mean, luckily, more recently I've had time to come on here and do some stuff with you guys, and I'm blessed to be able to do that and fit that into my schedule. And it's tough, man. But
Yeah.
like as a fan of Friday the 13th, like, dude, I just want another movie or a show. I don't want a movie unless it's going to be good,
Mhm.
but they had a run with Halloween. Halloween came back. They proved that they could be successful with it. You know, Chucky's doing well with the TV series,
Very
and
well.
not so much the movies, but I mean, I know from what you've said and watching your reviews, the TV series has its following
Mhm.
and it's been really successful within that community, within the Chucky community. So that's kind of experiencing a resurgence, so to speak.
Yeah.
But everyone's been asking the question when it comes to Freddy and Jason, like, when are we going to get a new Nightmare? When are we going to get a new Friday the 13th? So it's definitely something that the fans have been asking for. But let's be very clear here. People have been asking for a movie or a show.
Yeah.
I feel like this is just put out to capitalize on the news that Brian Fuller has left the production of Crystal Lake
That's a good way of
um,
looking at it.
due to
I mean,
creative differences with A24. But I mean, dude, what I just don't understand what the point of this was. Like, if I was in their position, I would have waited until you actually have something tangible to say, hey, listen, here's a sneak peek of what we're doing. Otherwise, it's just a press release that says, yeah, we're going to be throwing out a bunch of merch over, in over these random categories, whether it's, a mobile game or a fucking skin for Fortnite or something like that. I mean, I don't know what they're planning on doing.
yeah.
But dude, like, it's just like, and can I say one other thing? And I want to get your thoughts on this, Chase, because I was listening as you were reading. They keep referring to the word activation. What does that
Yeah.
even
Isn't
mean?
that weird?
That it sounds like some weird like corporate jargon. Like, oh, we'll just call them activations. That way we don't have to deal with any criticism if we say it's going to be one thing or the other.
Yeah.
We don't have to go back on our word. Like, oh yeah, well, there's going to be some great activations coming in 2024 in the Jason universe. What does that mean?
They're activating Jason X from cryogenic slumber.
Serious,
Look
somebody should
forward.
activate Jason X and have him fucking march into the offices over there and smack some sense into these people, man. I mean, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah. And I mean, and it's like, okay, so like this is the part that got me. That's why I giggled. But thanks to billions of TikTok views. What? Like
Dude,
what? Do you have Kane Hodder making cameo appearance in people's TikToks as Jason, spreading awareness because he
yeah.
can't be in the movie legally? Like, what is
I
it?
don't I don't understand, like, and dude, this is what worries me, right? Because
Mhm.
when you're mentioning like TikTok is marketing, because I'm assuming they're taking TikTok and all the billions of views supposedly on TikTok into account. Like, okay, so Now you're going to cater this stuff to quote a new generation of horror fans, which are what, TikTok users? Like, dude, I
Yeah,
don't care, but I'll be completely honest. Dude, the people that love TikTok, whatever, man, you do your thing. Everyone has their own thing that they're interested in. I'm not a big social media guy to begin with, but the YouTube is great. Like, I like being on YouTube, but I'm not a TikTok guy. I don't watch
agreed.
TikTok.
Yeah,
I
I'm the
just
same.
don't. So dude, I don't want to be negative here, okay? And
Mhm,
we preface this at the beginning of the video. We're not trying to be negative. If you're someone out there that's watching this and you're excited about this, then that's all good. You know,
mhm.
you have as much fun with whatever this is as you want to have. But
Yeah,
I just don't know what I can take away from this because it's just an announcement about nothing other
yeah.
than okay, well,
Stay tuned is what it is. It's a to
stay
be
tuned.
continued logo at the end of a movie with
And
where
dude,
you haven't seen the movie before it. You know what I'm
can
saying?
we exactly. Well, the other thing I want to talk about, and can we just talk about this logo and
Oh, yeah,
this
yeah, you want me to
branding?
share it up there?
Because, bro, what is this?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, there's so much money behind this franchise.
Here, I'll do
There's
this.
let's just put it this way, there's been so much money left on the table with their inability to come to any kind of agreement over these rights issues in years.
Put it up there on the top right, and it's behind us
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if
for
we
the
can do it. Let
banner.
me try to do a screen share because I just
Yeah,
want
yeah.
people to see this logo. Um,
It's just
I
so
dude,
generic.
yeah, let me give me 1 second. Share screen. Here we go. Okay, can you see that?
Yeah.
All right, so I got the logo up here for everybody to see. Chase and I are now we're on the side here, but let's look at this logo for a second here. Dude, I don't know. This like
And his eyes look
nothing about
angry. They don't even look full circular like we're
it
used
doesn't
to.
even look like it, that's not Jason, dude. Dude, that looks like a
Part
cheap
5.
but it just looks generic as hell, man. It just looks
Yeah.
like there was no effort put into this, and I'm sorry. I'm just being completely honest here. And
Yeah.
the text, the Jason universe, like none of this gives me any kind of vibe of Friday the 13th. It just looks like something completely different.
This would be look like if I typed in Friday the 13th, wallpapers on Google Images, this would
Yeah.
come up.
You are that is a perfect description of what this is, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, this just isn't it's not getting me excited anyway. And like, they tried to be cool with like the 1 and the 3 and the universe. Like,
Like
I
it's the
just
2000s.
it's just not working for me, dude.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not working for me. And it's like, did somebody go to them and say, yeah, uh, cinematic universes are pretty big these days. We should just make a Jason universe. And that way we could put out whatever crap we want without giving them what they really want, which is
Mhm.
a feature film, a new
Mhm.
installment in the franchise, and we can just pump out a bunch of other stuff for quick money or easy money, whether it be a Fortnite skin, which again, like, dude, that kind of stuff is where I fear that we're kind of going with this, especially because you mentioned you pointed out the fact that they happen to mention TikTok, and it's like, what kind of audience are they marketing this to?
Yeah, exactly. You should be
Like,
marketing to your existing fans because you really haven't generated many like you did when the game came out. A lot of people were playing that, new fans,
yeah,
older fans, everything like that. So you generated
yeah,
some, but it wasn't like you just spawned love in the hearts and souls of a whole new generation. Like you haven't done
right,
anything. If anything, give credit to the people for Never Hike Alone. You know
right.
what I mean? Because those people are killing it over there with what they're doing for those Jason fan films.
Yeah, or dude, like, and maybe this could happen. I don't know, but like, dude, bring those people on board because they obviously know
Hmm.
the guys behind Never Hike Alone are in tune with the horror audience. They are in tune with the Friday the 13th fan base. That's why those films are so beloved, even though they're fan films. They've become so popular. They are widely respected
Hmm. Kane
and
Hodder's in it,
have
right?
developed. What's that?
Isn't Kane Hodder in one of them?
I can't comment on that. I don't know for sure, but I mean, both of those films have been incredibly successful, or those projects, I should say, because they are fan films. But there's somebody that understands what the Friday the 13th audience wants and has been able to not only present something to that audience that they can digest and be happy with, because overall the reception of those films has been it's been overwhelmingly positive. But
Mhm.
I also think that they've become so successful because we haven't gotten anything. We haven't gotten anything from Friday the 13th, from the creators, from the studio. So, and the biggest announcement we have in years is this, and it's just an announcement about nothing.
Yeah. The
So,
the
yeah,
only
like
update. Yeah.
how are we supposed to get excited about this, man? I just don't get it. But let's
Especially with
take a
Crystal
look at
Lake.
the I know. And Crystal Lake got people excited too, but now that Brian Fuller's leaving, that's kind of gotten a lot of people questioning what's going to happen with that. I mean, I personally still have faith in A24.
Yeah.
Um and maybe they'll take it in a direction that we're not expecting that will still be tangible and still be exciting and hopefully somewhat of a new direction, but at the same time maintaining everything that's made Friday the 13th what it is, and why it's just keeping it relatable to the existing fan base. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I mean, it's hard for me to sit here and walk away with anything positive about this because, again, like the stuff that they're talking about potentially doing, like we've already had a Friday the 13th game. As you said, it was very fun to play. I played it for a short while, loved it, had a lot of fun with it. Um, but dude, if it's just going to be merchandise, like, I don't care as much about merchandise for Friday the 13th
Mhm.
as I do with other franchises. Like, I'm a big Halloween guy, as you know. I collect
Yeah.
a lot of that kind of stuff, but I I don't care about merchandise, man. I got plenty of shirts. I can just buy a
Right.
shirt if I want it. Like, what exactly are they doing with this? Like, I just don't get it. If this is just going to be skins and characters for like games like Call of Duty or Fortnite or stuff like that, like I don't really care about that, man. I want a new feature film. I want them to
Mhm.
put something out like they did with Halloween.
Yeah.
It's been
Agreed.
long enough. If you're gonna give us something, man, just give everybody what we're asking for, which has been made very clear at this point in time. You know,
Yep. Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
agree.
stop wearing this logo.
So I feel it sounds like we're gonna go in it with. I mean, we're not excited. It's just a whole nothing. There's nothing to be excited about. Now, if something comes down and they are truthful and like, hey, stay tuned in a couple of months, they announce a
Yeah,
feature film, they announce a game, they announce something cool, something to reinvigorate that life. Cool. Well, then they shouldn't have announced this until they had that to present to me. You
yeah,
know what I mean? That should have been a
yeah.
whole press statement like, "Hey, Jason's back. We get Cramp Crystal Lake, this and that." Like, you didn't need to time it after like the whole Brian Fuller situation with Crystal Lake.
Right.
You could have waited if you had nothing to show me. it's like it's like coming out with a new car and just saying, "Hey, we're coming with it. Just you wait. Just you wait.
Yeah,
Just wait till you see it. It's coming." And then it's like, "Okay, sounds good, man."
yeah. And that
you
that's what
know?
I meant earlier when I said give us something tangible. Like give us something
Yeah.
to walk away with where you can be like, "Oh shit, okay, that looks interesting." That gets my juices flowing. That gets me looking forward to what else they're doing, but it's like they're not even giving us anything other than just a bland announcement that says they're going to do a bunch of stuff in the Friday the 13th universe. Like, all right.
Mhm.
Yeah, we've
Yep.
seen how well universes have worked out as of late. So, like what is it? Miramax is trying to do the same thing with Halloween where there's going to be a Halloween universe. Like, dude, I'm not crossing my fingers for that because I
Right.
haven't seen anything. But at least with Halloween, we got 3 new movies. Now, you can take away what you want from those movies. 18 was successful overall with audiences. We talked about how Kills was, in my opinion, and I think the opinion of a lot of other people, the worst film out of the trilogy. And then Ends was very divisive, but people still walked away from that franchise with something.
Right.
It was something new. And there were a lot of things that David Gordon Green and company did well with that franchise. And at least people could say, you know what, we got 3 more Halloween movies. They weren't perfect, but at least Michael was back in the spotlight again. He was back in the pop culture zeitgeist, back in the horror zeitgeist. He was the talk of the town again among the horror community, for a number of years there. And those films, say what you want about them as a whole, in terms of the technicality and the execution of them, but box office wise, that trilogy was successful.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a lot of money that could be made from a new Friday the 13th, especially if they make it good and they actually give us something that's worthwhile and has been worth the wait. But instead, it's like we're just getting shit like this, dude. Like, I don't know what to say about it.
It's just a whole
I'm
lot
not
of
trying to
nothing.
trash it, dude. I'm just giving
Yeah.
you guys my honest thoughts. When I read this initially, I was like, what are they like? What is the point of this?
That's
You
literally
know?
what I said. And shout out, I know for Phyrexian is gonna check out this video once he sees it posted. But
Yeah.
he was one of the people. He was like, it's kind of exciting, this and that. It's like, man, like I've been through
Yeah.
this song and dance too many times, man. Like it's just
Yeah.
not gonna happen. It's just not.
Well, let me know if you agree with this though, because when I read
Mm,
this, one of the first things I thought of walking away from this article was the fact that I am now more excited for that movie In a Violent Nature, because that movie
yeah, looks like a Friday the 13th movie.
in
Yeah,
spirit,
yeah.
it is something closer to Friday the 13th from a completely different director, completely different creative team, completely different thing. And yet it captures the same spirit, at least based off of the trailer, at least. I don't want to say anything about the movie because obviously the movie's not out yet. We haven't seen the movie. That remains to be seen. But based on
Hmm.
what we've seen so far, getting an announcement like this, which is just a total letdown for me, gets me
Hmm.
more excited about a movie like that because at least I have something similar in vein to look forward to that looks new and is approaching the genre in an interesting way. But yeah, in a violent nature, I think it takes a lot of cues from Friday the 13th. So that could be something coming out. Actually, it's coming out pretty soon from what I remember, right? Isn't it May or June
Yeah, it's
that that's released?
actually. I actually meant to tell you this, man. It's pretty exciting. I get to go see it 2 days early, May 28th, I believe.
Oh shit, that is awesome.
Yes, it comes out the
Yeah.
30th. I'm pretty sure.
Looking forward to that. But I don't know, man. I mean, those are pretty much my thoughts on this. I don't know if you have any closing thoughts, but I
Mhm.
don't get the timing of this. None of this really makes any sense to me. It seems like a weird and the way that it's worded, this is my final thought on it. The way that that article and those press releases are worded, it feels very corporate,
Mhm.
and again with like the whole activations terminology, like there's just weird lingo in there that I'm not
Just doesn't make
vibing with.
sense. It's like hello,
Yeah.
fellow kids. You know what I
It's
mean?
weird, dude.
Yeah. But no, I've pretty much summarized all of my thoughts. No sense in beating up the stagnant horse, I guess you could say. It's not even a dead horse. It's trying to be alive, but it's
Yeah.
just a stagnant horse at this point. But yeah, I have no extra thoughts on this one.
All right. That's it.
All right, guys.
That's
Thank you
it,
guys
man.
so much. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know if you're excited. Let us know if you're even remotely more positive than us. Hopefully, you are. Positivity in this world's always great. We want to be positive, but
Yeah.
it's like we've said. There's nothing here. There's just nothing. If something, we'll follow up with this and see how it looks in um what 4 months? I guess they said in the next few months. So
We'll
we'll see.
see.
Less than a
3
year. They
months,
didn't say a
maybe.
year. So
Yeah.
hopefully I'll follow up to this in a year. See you guys later.
Cha, cha, cha. What the fuck was that?